Is it impossible not to dance during that song, that intro song?
You at least have to kind of shake your head. You're like, yeah. What's up, Ty?
How are you, Mike? Midweek episode of On the Fly with Mike and Ty.
I know we both have busy schedules, and we normally love to put these out on Monday, and today's Wednesday, but we're doing the best we can with what we got. So here we are.
And it worked in our favor because lots of news came out this week that I think we would have wanted to talk about anyway. So here we are.
And we didn't want to skip a week. We want this to be a weekly thing, and so we're glad we're here. Glad you're here to watch us or listen to us.
That's right. Before we do anything, like, subscribe, do everything you got to do to stay in touch with Bench Clear. That helps us know if it's worth putting out. When you guys like and even dislike it, it's okay. Yep. And second, be sure to check out Card Hedge, our sponsor for the show. I've been using them for all my analytics for the last couple months. Great platform. I know you use them too. Get a 7-day trial. Click in the link in the show notes or top right corner. We appreciate Card Hedge. So, well, man, what's going on? Busy week, obviously, for both of us.
Yeah, I'm prepping for the Dallas Card Show, man, coming up this weekend. So I'm excited about that. It'll be interesting to see with shows being so relatively common now across the country. When the Dallas show first reopened, it was the first one, and so it was a big deal. It's becoming less of a big deal. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out in terms of attendance and quality of dealers and all that kind of stuff compared to past ones.
Yeah. Are you in touch with the guy who runs the show there?
Kyle?
Yeah.
I mean, I know he is. I wouldn't say I'm in touch with him, but
gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'd be curious to know if he's seen any differences between the shows. Obviously he is, but
let me put it this way. We had no problem getting a table last minute, meaning it's not sold out. So what does that tell you?
There you go. Yeah. So you guys will have a table. I think you, Matt, and some boys up there, right, will be showing some cards off.
I'm just going to put a sign up that says buying graded vintage, and I'm just going to stand there and let people come to me, and I don't have to put although I can just sit and just wait.
That's right. I like that. Just suck the cards up. These are coming in the mail today for you. You haven't seen them yet. They arrived today. I see these in that video.
I got a notice that's going to be delivered today, so I'm excited.
Yeah. I mentioned this in a PSA reveal video I did. This Cripple Creek custom stands. Go check them out, man. They hooked us up. We really appreciate them over there. Dan's a great guy. So
people can put whatever logo they want on it, right? I mean, it's not.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, like, he takes these, like, he hand carves these. He hand carves these pieces. And he was talking to me throughout the couple weeks he was working on them. Just did color schemes and like different etchings. This is attention to detail. Awesome.
I mean, if people want to get a Bench Clear Media one, they can, I'm sure. But I don't know why they would, but hey.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why they wouldn't. That's the correct way to say that. Yeah. All right. Well, let's dive into this. I know we're going to try to keep this to a half hour today. So there's a lot of news to talk about, a lot of big news to talk about. And then you and I have some opinions about some things that I want to chat about. But let's start with performance of the week. Anything stand out to you with performances, teams, players?
Braves Astros, man. I mean, what a great World Series that is the exact opposite of what MLB would have hoped for, right? I mean, you couldn't pick two teams that they would not have wanted in the – I'm serious. Like, Manfred's probably rolling over, like, states of Georgia and Texas being represented in the World Series after all the stuff that happened this summer with the All-Star game. And how great is it in the year that Hank Aaron died that the Braves, after winning Game 1 last night, are in the driver's seat to win the World Series, and they won that game on the road, right? So it's great. I love not seeing. I hate big teams that try to buy playoffs wins and try to buy championship get beat because it's kind of I'm rooting for the little guy. Not that Houston's a small market or Atlanta is a small market, but they don't have payrolls that are like the big market teams. They don't have huge, big free agents and all that kind of stuff. And the Braves are doing it without Acuna. Like, how cool is that?
Such an impressive run. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, who are you rooting for? I mean, being a Texas guy, you're not a Houston fan, but
I am not, because I'm a Rangers fan. I'm actually
right.
rooting for Atlanta. I just think it's a great story, with Noah Acuna, probably their best all-around player. They're still doing this. They lost Charlie Morton last night after breaking his leg. He went back out and pitched
17 pitches or something, right? And he apologized for not pitching more.
Right. So, there's the Braves are a feel-good story. And to me, I like seeing teams that haven't won in a while, because the Astros won a couple years ago. So they've gotten their championship this decade. Let somebody, I like spreading out the feel-goods across the sports. I like seeing, I hate dynasties. I really do. I hate.
You could argue the Astros are a dynasty at this point. Getting darn close to it.
They're definitely getting close to it. But that's about to, Correa is a free agent, I think, after this year.
Yeah.
So that may get broke up.
Yeah. It's an interesting one. Obviously, the whole political aspect of this is fascinating. But from a hobby side of it too, you're looking at two teams that really aren't super collectible, right? The Astros have had a hard time getting players to hold value, grow in value for a lot of reasons, but one being being cheaters. That'll do it to you. And then the Braves, right outside of Ronald Acuna, even a guy like Freddie Freeman hasn't had that much hobby love. When you look at those two teams from a collector standpoint, what couple guys stand out to you as maybe guys that you would consider buying?
Freeman for sure, because I actually think that with this World Series appearance, and if he performs well, he was 1 for 3 last night. I think he's on a trajectory to be a Hall of Famer, and I think Altuve is too.
Yep.
It's a shame. The cheating thing will probably hurt him down the road, but I think a lot of people are going to forget about that. Honestly, time heals a lot of wounds, as we're well aware in sports. And so Altuve is going to have 3,000 hits, and, he's going to have several milestones, and he plays second base, which is not exactly the most offensive. He's a great offensive player in a position not normally known for that. But Freeman, I think, if you were to pick a guy, I think people should be going after Freeman stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you 100% on Freeman. I do like Ozzie Albies too. It's kind of a sneaky little guy over there that could have some value. I'm so surprised when I look at Altuve's values. I just no hobby love. Crazy to me.
Yeah.
Crazy to me.
None. And Correa didn't get any. Tucker, even Jordan Alvarez, who won the Rookie of the Year last year, ALCS MVP this year, I think, right? So why is his stuff not just...
Well, he didn't play most of the year, so that hurt him for sure.
True.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, good stuff. I was going to mention Charlie Morton. That's just too good of a story not to mention that. My hobby, my sports performance of the week is just, I'm going to bring some NBA into this because we don't talk a lot about basketball, but two teams that surprisingly off to really good starts. Chicago Bulls 4-0, first time, and I think it was 25 or 30 years since the Jordan era that they've started off just 4-0. Zach LaVine over there looks insanely good. And then the Golden State Warriors, man, 4-0. Steph Curry, man, looks like he is on a mission this year.
Best, for sure.
Goodness gracious. So two teams that are going to be exciting to watch. I'm actually kind of really excited for the Bulls to kind of be relevant again. Something about that just brings back the nostalgia factor.
And again, it's like, I'm tired of hearing about the Lakers. I'm tired of hearing about, Milwaukee. Let's get some other teams that haven't been relevant in a while to be relevant. That just adds spice to it, in my opinion. For sure.
Cool. All right. Well, let's move to expensive cards of the week, and I'll show you the top 10. This is an interesting one this week. So, kind of a wide array of sports in here. This is, I do a search, and I did it from today basically back to last Tuesday. So an 8-day period. And I searched with one keyword, PSA. And the number one is a vinyl super refractor from 2019 Prism, Kyler Murray for $68,000. Steph Curry with his gold kaboom going for 40. Who would have thunk? the kabooms would have exploded like this. Porter Jr. on the list with his 1/1 Black Prism 35K. Okay, so this Jeff, I'm curious about this 86 Fleer basketball Jeff Malone. What is this?
That seems weird. It
Right.
had 4 bids too, you know.
Yeah. Something's going on there. I'd like to dig into that. Lewis Hamilton on there for 32. Messi, Jordan, Tiger Woods rookie, Bill Russell, and a Mickey Mantle PSA. The Mickey Mantle PSA 152 tops, 22 grand.
Yeah.
What am I missing there? Is that how much is that up the last year?
It was probably a $12,000 card last year, a 1 in that grade. It's just so popular. Everybody wants, that's a holy grail card for so many people. It was interesting that you said the Kaboom card exploded. That seems appropriate that it went kaboom.
Yes, well played.
Yes. And answer me why the vinyl superfractor is actually numbered 5 of 5.
Right.
I thought it was 1 of 1. I thought superfractors were 1 of 1.
Well, keep in mind that's just that guy listing that in the title. I don't think Panini listed as a superfractor.
Oh, okay.
You know, I think that's just him saying it's a superfractor.
Gotcha. So. 109 bids.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Needless to say, it's a very popular. It's a very popular card. I mean, gosh, you couldn't have sold that at a better time, right?
Well, they're about to play Green Bay tomorrow night. That'll be a good game.
Yes, it will. Excited about that.
Yeah. Cool list.
Yep. Cool. And anything else stand out to you there?
That there's an outside on the list. Lewis Hamilton.
And it's a PSA 8.
PSA 8, PSA 10 auto. So, and it's numbered to 58. You know, it's not like it's I don't know. That's shocking to me. With 39 bid, 32. Yeah. Wow. Sold.
Yeah.
I had one of those. Sold.
Well, we just mentioned the Jordan PSA 9 that I saw. Where they get there's $27,000 for PSA 9. The Tiger Woods auto to 900 for 25K. That seems extremely expensive to me. Actually, that one and the Bill Russell seem extremely expensive to me, but I haven't been watching.
Tiger, that's his first auto, essentially, in a key product for golf.
Yeah. Yeah, very true. Well, I'm obviously pleased to see Michael Porter Jr. up there.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Wish I had that card.
Was that your sale? Did you sell it?
Yeah. If only. Okay, cool. So releases of the week. There's quite a few releases this week. Here's the thing, and you and I have talked about this a little bit. I show these coming out, and I'll go to Blowout and kind of verify. But by the time we release this, Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, they all change their release dates because of a supply chain issue. So these are what's supposed to come out this week, and today's the 27th as we record this. Like a lot of these are supposed to come out today. So if they change, they change. But I'll walk through some of these, and we don't have to talk about them too much. But you got Absolute Football coming out, $600 a box, easy pass for me.
Well, it's football.
I mean, my gosh,
it's an easy pass.
You got Mosaic Baseball.
Yeah.
So this is the choice product. That means $150 a box. You got this product, which I hadn't really heard of. 2021 Recon Basketball, $400. I like how it says 2 autos and 20 inserts and parallels. Talk about watered down. My gosh. 60 cards in the box, and a third of them are inserts and parallels. Heritage Minor League. Are you a fan of Heritage Minor League?
No, I love regular Heritage, but the Minor League has zero interest to me.
Yeah. Especially when there's no good names in it.
Right. How do you? No, I'm a big no on that.
Big no. And then Update, which is supposed to come out Friday, but who knows? Every week it gets pushed back.
I've already seen people opening packs that they've been getting at Barnes & Noble. There's some out in the wild already. Update is going to be released this week.
There you go. Of those 5 products, would Update be the one you would gravitate towards if you were? I mean, it's no question for you.
100%. In fact, I'll try to buy a couple of blasters of Update if I can find them.
Well, so that brings up a good topic that we'll talk about here more in detail. But I'm getting a lot of folks reach out to me and say, "Hey, I'm actually starting to see more products in the wild here. The shelves are stocked again, and they're not moving." It does seem like, from a retail perspective, the Walmart and really Walmart increasing their prices to basically sell it for what the flippers were selling them at has essentially wiped out the flipper market.
Yeah.
Outside of key products like Optic and Prism and stuff like that. But what are your thoughts on that? Is that a good thing for the hobby, or
Well, I went to,
what? Different.
just as a case in point, I went to Walmart last weekend out at the ranch and out in the middle of nowhere. So, but the shelves have been cleaned out for months and months. And the last few times I've been out there over the last 4 to 6 weeks, the shelves have been stocked. And
Yeah.
Blaster, I saw Topps Chrome, for example, 2021 Topps Chrome baseball. Blasters are $34.95.
Yep.
Hanger packs, or the hangers, the I can't remember how many cards are in there, are $24.95. And I'm like, no, those were $12 and $20,
Yep.
pre-pandemic. So yes, I think, and I passed, where if they were 20, I would have bought them. So I think that's happening to a lot of people. Their margins, if you're a flipper and that's your job, your margins are getting eaten up. I mean, if you buy it for 35, let's say 40 with tax, are you going to sell it for 50 and try to make $10? Seems like a lot of effort when the margins are going to be cut down and they're printing so much of it. Right. So I think it's more the price increases are changing or are allowing things to sit on shelves more.
Yeah. Well, and it's not like you're getting more for your money, right? If you're paying 80% more and you were getting 6 more packs, you would consider it, but you're getting less for your money.
Right. You're actually getting, and so the products are getting less cards in the box and the prices are going up. So if you're thinking about buying a box of any card, do the math on what it's costing you per card. And if that doesn't make you throw up and not want to buy the product, then I think you're not thinking right. Like, if you're just going to, like, I'm going to do a blaster of update just for fun, right? But I'm not going to wipe the shelves with it or try to build a set that way. But the cost per card is getting so stupid. It's very difficult.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, it's interesting to think about because yes, the flippers were annoying because they were going and cleaning out the shelves, but they, in a sense, were creating this idea of demand, and it was creating that little squeeze in the market, and it drove up prices. Some people hated that. Some people loved it. Like, people that were selling loved it. But now that they're not there and that segment's kind of getting booted, it brings down prices across the board because of it. Right. Like them or not, they were helping to prop up prices when they're going and sucking up the product on the shelves.
Right.
So I don't know. I think I'm indifferent with it. I mean, I prefer not to see people get, in fights over it at Walmart and Target, but at the same time, it was neat to see kind of the people fighting over sports cars, in a sense. Like, there was a battle for our hobby, which is kind of fun. Yeah. Not that you and I don't go and experience that at all, right? We're not those guys, but
it was happening.
It was happening, which is a great parlay into some hobby news this week, and a lot of it. Let's start with this. So Panini, obviously, right? Everything's kind of just redistributing itself. Panini grabs the WWE license, multi-year deal, exclusive license. What are your thoughts on this? I'm not a wrestling guy, so I can't really have an educated opinion on this, but for Panini's sake, like, is just this, hey, is this the last girl to dance? I'll invite her type thing?
Yeah, I think it's a last-ditch effort to try to save whatever they can, salvage whatever they can. Topps will be doing the same thing, I think.
Yeah. What do you think Topps grabs then?
The professional cornhole league. They're going to do that. And
we actually might be on those cards.
Right.
They're going to do a YouTube content creator set.
There you go. Yeah, that'll be a huge seller. Hey, speaking of Topps exclusives, you and I both picked up a set, or did you want to talk about that later?
Sure. I mean, you already brought it up. Why not? Gosh.
Right.
Yeah, I'll share my screen real quick. So, tell me about it while I'm loading it up here.
So I'm not a huge, I don't usually buy into stuff on tops.com. I just think it's usually overpriced and, like you said, lots of money for little value. But when you sent me a link to this, I was incredibly intrigued. It's the Mickey Mantle X set
Mm-hmm.
that Topps is doing this year, and it's basically just a bunch of reprints of Mantle cards, and they're using their, now that they have a Mantle license again, they're going to take full advantage. But what I loved is it's got a great autograph checklist.
Yep.
Not that your autograph odds are terribly high, but it was $10 a box, right?
Right.
That's okay. Like I'm like, okay, so I bought 5. I think you bought 20. How many did you buy?
I bought 10.
10. And I bought 5. So hopefully we've gotten notice that they're going to ship, and maybe Ty and I, if you guys put comments down below, maybe we'll do a little box, like we'll do some box openings on the next episode.
I'd love to. Yeah. And so I'll put the link, or you guys can just Google it, right? It's the Top X Mickey Mantle set. But yeah, here's the configuration from their site. There's a lot of stuff in there, right? I mean, you got some insanely cool cut signatures. Who knows how the parallels will do, right? But some good autos. There's a lot of other players too, like that surrounded Mantle that I'm really excited about.
Yeah. And at $10, why not? It's kind of that feels okay to me. It's still $2 a card, by the way.
Right.
No, wait, there's 5 packs, 5 cards a pack. So it's 25 cards. What is that? Math. 40 cents a card? Does that sound right?
Yeah. Each pack contains, so those are 5 packs?
Yes.
Is that what it was? Okay. Sold in packs of 5. There you go. 25 cards, $10. Yeah, 40 cents.
Yeah.
40 cents card. I'm excited. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's open them together next week. That'd be fun. Or whenever we get them.
Right. Yeah, cool deal.
Yeah, cool deal for sure. All right, so we got Panini's contract. Upper Deck came out this week, and they extended their exclusive contract with the NHL. And again, so all these articles I'm pulling from Sports Collectors Daily. Rich does a good job over there. I loved seeing this. I love seeing that Upper Deck was willing to take a stand and not give in to the whole Fanatics train, because Fanatics was making a play there, right? Maybe it wasn't as aggressive. You get the sense that maybe NHL is the type of organization that's like, we're good. We have a very unique audience, and we're not going to screw this up.
Yeah. Yep. I loved seeing that too.
Yeah. Yeah. It actually almost makes me want to get more into hockey because of it and support Upper Deck for it.
Well, there's plenty of Upper Deck hockey stuff at my Walmart, so let me know if you want anything.
Well, we'll see how much is going to be around for long. So here's the other big news from Upper Deck, and it kind of got swept under the rug a little bit because it came out late last week, and then the Upper Deck news came out this week. Upper Deck cancels, delays multiple releases, and it pushes back Series 1 basically at the beginning of next year over supply chain issues. And I don't think we can understate like what's happening here, because we've seen it happen with Panini. We've seen it happen with Topps. What people aren't really seeing is that, I mean, obviously release dates are getting pushed back, but the way they're controlling a lot of these supply issues is they're cutting SKUs out. I mean, they're cutting allocations, they're pushing release dates back, and they're just cutting SKUs out. So you're not seeing, fat packs of certain products. You're not seeing hanger boxes of certain products. The supply chain issues are very real. And that release from Upper Deck, I think it's a bad sign of what's getting ready to happen in the next 6 months. Cause from what I'm hearing, it's not getting any better. In fact, it's getting worse. How does that play into the next 6 months? What are your thoughts on that?
Like you said, you're only going to see certain SKUs for, certain configurations for cards so that they can have something, but everything's been delayed, and everything, just have this accordion effect of release dates, We've seen it just in the few weeks we've been doing this show, that stuff that was supposed to be released got pushed back, and that's going to continue to happen kind of for as long as we can see out in the future, you know?
Yeah. Well, and you and I have on good word from some people inside organizations that Tops and Panini, like they want to print the snot out of products the next year or two, right? We've said it before, like, but we know with certainty.
Yeah, we do.
Like that is they want to capitalize on the next 2 years and almost kind of stick it to fanatics in a way. This is kind of this divergence happening here where they want to do this, but because of supply chain issues, they can't do this. They're restricted. Right. Who wins out in the end, right? Do we see a flood of products still, or does the supply chain kind of protect us from having just another junk wax era?
Wow, that's a interesting idea, that the supply chain issues. But you're right. We know, like, this isn't us speculating. We know that Top and Panini both want to just print till they can't print anymore. God, interesting idea, Ty. That could play out that way. But what if it causes like this? They got all these orders in to have this stuff all printed, and it all clears up in a year, and then there's just this flood right when the contracts are ending of product. That could happen, like this giant tsunami of cardboard hitting the market once everything cleans up. Interesting.
Yeah. It'll be really interesting to watch, because I think we'll start to see things probably early next year when we get some clarity on what this supply chain stuff looks like. But I mean, you could argue that maybe there's an opportunity in certain products that come out, because we know it's not being printed to its full capacity.
Right.
It's still being overprinted. I don't think anyone would argue that, but there's going to be some sneaky good products in there that might actually have some value because of supply chain issues.
Yeah. We will see.
We will see. You're not a wax guy. You don't open a lot, so it probably doesn't matter as much to you, but
no.
I'll keep my tabs on it and keep asking around so we can talk about it.
Appreciate it.
What are your thoughts? Tell us your thoughts below. Who wins out in the end? I want to know what you guys watching think. Because this is definitely an interesting development. All right, some other big news. PSA. I'll let you tell me what's going on here, because you notified me.
Yeah, I got this email yesterday, as I'm sure a lot of you out there did, that PSA president Steve Sloan has decided to step down from being. Now, I guess he even has a new title underneath his name down there. Collectors Universe Chief Smart. So he's moved up to the parent company and giving up the PSA presidency for the new guy, Kevin Lenane. How do you say that, you think?
Lenane? I think it's Lenane. That's my guess.
Lenane. And yeah, look at his experience. Kevin is an experienced business leader whose company, Geniment, we acquired earlier. So he must have been the leader of Geniment, I imagine, and now he's running PSA.
Yeah. Wow. What are your takeaways, Matt? I have a very important takeaway from it, but
I think the carousel is only just starting with PSA. Now that Nat Turner's, you're going to see a lot of movement within the higher ups of PSA, people taking over different jobs. What is your epiphany?
Well, I think it's less about Steve and more about our boy Kevin. Yeah. I think what I'm reading here is this is about to get almost exclusively focused on automation and AI technology to get these grades done. If he came from Geniment, he ran the company, and he's now going to run PSA, you better darn believe his little baby Geniment is going to be integrated to its full capacity inside of PSA. And I think the automated grades, and it'll help with timelines, no doubt. But for those that don't like someone looking at their card and you want automated technology doing it,
it's coming.
For a rude awakening. It's coming. It's coming.
It's a great point. I agree with you.
Yeah.
What else we got? We're at 30 minutes. We're doing well.
We're doing well. My goodness. Yeah. So that's a lot of news. That's a lot of news. Even from the Prophets of Doom, that's a lot of news. And I think we had a positive spin on most of it.
Yeah.
What are your goals for the week, man?
Oh,
Get the card show.
Get everybody here for the card show, guys. Airports and making sure everybody gets here, have a good time, and that's my goal. Have a great show. Find some good stuff.
Yeah. Are you? So your booth is? Are you there? Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
I'll be there Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
Everybody, we have different guys that'll be there different days, but Friday, Saturday for me.
Okay. What's the big card you're trying to sell?
Bryce Harper, rookie. I'm not really trying to sell anything. I just if somebody gives me money that I can't refuse, I'll take it on a Bryce Harper rookie that I have. Just got back from PSA. I showed it in last week's episode. The Heritage high number, PSA 10. So
yeah.
Try to get.
Are you? How many cards are you bringing out there?
Less than 10. I'm bringing a lot
Seems
of cat.
Like, Seems to make sense to get a booth then, since you have so many cards to put out there.
Not just me. We're splitting it all. Smart ass.
I love it. I love it. Who else is coming with you? Give me some names. We'll tag them. I want to make sure people
Matt
go see them.
Matt, who does the poll series for us. Josh, rated rookie, will be there, and Andy, she blinded me with refractors. So the four of us are splitting the booth.
Cool.
So it makes it, and you get vendor passes. So by the time you spend money to get in and everything, you've almost made up your cost. Pretty close,
And you have a place to squat and relax the whole time.
And you get in super early, right, as a vendor. So it's a win-win. It's a good deal.
Yeah. I have about 5,000 Gavin Lux Gym Mints I want to send you. Can you unload all those for me?
At $4 a piece. You bet.
That's become the ongoing joke now, although I don't have the Gavin Lux as everyone thinks I have.
Right. What about you the week?
Yeah, so I've been getting a bunch of emails from people, which, by the way, when I put out these videos of cards I'm receiving from these collections and stuff, I'm trying to hook as many people up as I can. So definitely message me. People want to see more of that stuff. So I'm actually trying. So for those that don't know, I bought a 1.5 million card collection. And I've been trying to put together some kind of like, not documentary, but like day one, day two videos of like letting people know what I've discovered and some lessons I've learned. I'm trying really hard to get that stuff out this week, or at least episode 1.
Good.
So
I'm doing a Golden Age of Cardboard tonight on the 70s. I've been doing a series. We did the 50s and 60s, and tonight's the 70s. So we'll be finishing that up for release hopefully tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
So you're not going to do the 80s then?
We are going to do the 80s, but we're going to do it on another channel. We're going to do it on George's channel, who's been.
Gotcha.
Because it doesn't really fit into the Golden Age of Cardboard, but we wanted to do the 80s. So we thought, hey, let's do it on George's channel. And so we're going to keep the train going, but just change location.
Gotcha. Very cool.
Yeah.
That's it, man. Well, that's a wrap. A lot of good stuff. Good luck at the show this weekend, and everybody else. We appreciate you watching.
All right, guys. Y'all take care. Keep collecting.